My name is Melissa. I'm 31 years old. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I was born and raised in Kensington, actually.
Shout out Kensington. We out there. Okay, Melissa, can you please tell us a little bit about your story?
Sure. I am the fourth child out of 8 from my mother. I'm my father's only child. My mom had my 3 older siblings by her first marriage, me, and then her 4 younger ones from a different man. I didn't meet my father till I was about 3 years old. He was in prison for robbing a bank. He got arrested and convicted when my mother was pregnant with me. While my mother was pregnant with me, her mother committed suicide. She took a bunch of pills and wound up killing her. So I was actually named Melissa Dorothy from my late grandmother. Her name was Dorothy. Okay, so at the age of 7, I moved in with my father and my grandmother, his mother. And from 7 to 14, I lived with my grandmother and my father. My father was hardly ever home. He worked a lot, and he's an addict. Painkillers. He had a bad accident one time. He fell and he got prescribed pain meds and so on and so forth. Anyway, when I was about 12 was when I realized what my father was getting prescribed and how easily accessible they were to me at a very young age. My 2 older sisters are addicts as well as me. They kind of exposed me to it at a very young age. My mother's boyfriend for most of my life was a heroin addict as well. So I kind of grew up thinking that it was okay. It was like a normal thing to do, you know, like drinking and drugging and stuff like that. So at a very young age, I started taking pain pills, about maybe 13 years old. It's Percocet. Just like little bits here and there. But when I was 16 was the first time I did heroin. I just had my first child, and my daughter's father offered it to me. She was maybe like a week old, and that was the first time that I did heroin. And I was really, really sick. I was throwing up like all day from it, but I remember just that feeling that I had, and kind of been chasing it ever since. I'm 31 now, like I said, so that's a long time. That's just heroin. At probably about the same age, about 16, I started doing cocaine. Started dating much older men. When I was 14, my boyfriend was 27 years old. Already was a father of a toddler. He was actually my heroin addict stepfather's neighbor. So, okay, so that was heroin, cocaine. Pills, I started taking them probably about 16 too, just to come down off the cocaine high so I could kind of mellow myself out. Started running away at about 14 too, in my teens. And mind you, I was 16, I already had a baby. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit till when my daughter was 3 years old, is when I sent her to live with her fraternal grandmother and father, who was in and out of recovery as well. But she's been clean for like 20 plus years, so I knew that she would be a good person to raise my daughter. So when I was 23 is when I had my second daughter, and I started actually selling heroin and cocaine at an undisclosed location, we'll say. But I was putting a lot of people at risk at that time, my kids, my family, all that stuff, just to make money and keep myself high all the time, you know, and take care of a kid too. I had 2 kids now and 2 baby fathers at 23. And then I got on methadone maintenance for the first time at 23 after 3 months in rehab at the Kirkbride Center, which was amazing, by the way. They were really, really good to me there. Probably my favorite place I've been. I've been to a few places, but I haven't quite gotten it yet, just because I always wind up coming back down to Kensington, which is my area that I'm familiar with getting high and doing what I do to make money, which is another part of my story as well. I guess I'll get into that. When I was 23, when I was on methadone, is when I first started using IV drugs. I started shooting cocaine when I was on methadone maintenance, and then eventually, within a short period of time, started shooting heroin again, doing heroin again too, shooting it this time. And once I started shooting it, I haven't really had much clean time from 23 till now at 31, just because that's probably half of my addiction with me is like the needle itself. So that's like a whole nother thing that I started at 23 till now. Okay, so 5 years ago I had my 3rd child and my last child. I don't have any more kids now. I put him up for adoption at birth. I was using when I was pregnant with him, but I was very lucky that he didn't really go through withdrawal like a lot of babies I've seen coming off of drugs and stuff. So I look at that like a miracle, really, because I was expecting it. But anyway, I put him up for adoption at birth, which I know is the best decision I could have made for him, because I'm, you know, an addict out here with 2 other children I couldn't take care of. And basically I just, I don't have any of my children because of the lifestyle that I live, and I didn't want them to grow up like I did, thinking that it was okay and it was normal, because I know now that it's not. But yeah, I definitely would not want somebody to grow up the way that I grew up, thinking that it was okay with the parents as addicts, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, Melissa, I'm so sorry you are separated from your kids, but you did make a good decision by, you know, giving them away. That way they can be well taken care of. I know it takes a lot as a mother to do that. It's not easy. What all have you lost to your addiction?
My self-worth, definitely. My children. I've lost men that I've loved to this disease, I call it. You know, either they're in prison or dead. You know, half the guys I was with didn't even make it to, they were in their 30s, and they died very young. Yeah, I guess that's
Wow.
enough to lose, right?
Yeah, you definitely seen some things in your lifetime. 30 is young to me. It's very young. What have you learned from your addiction?
Oh, I've definitely have become very resourceful. My instincts are really good. I definitely have learned how to survive in a very rough environment at an early age.
So how do you stay safe out here?
Well, I try to make sure I keep some stuff to protect myself with, you know, like mace, tasers, knife, little stuff like that.
So what is one thing that you do every day to take care of yourself?
I call it hustling. I'm just gonna put it that way.
So you said heroin Is it heroin or is it fentanyl?
It's fentanyl and tranquilizer mostly.
So how many, is that your drug of choice currently?
Yes. And cocaine, crack cocaine.
Now with fentanyl, how many bags would you say you use a day?
A day? Sometimes up to 2 bundles, that's about 28 bags.
How much would you say you spend average in a day on your drug use?
At least $200 a day.
How do you go about supporting your habit?
I sell myself occasionally.
What type of requests have you refused to participate in?
Not much, to be honest with you. I've done some pretty bad things to make money out here. Absolutely.
Now, when you approach a car, how do you know they're not the police?
I don't. I've been arrested twice doing things that I've done, illegal things. And that was just doing that, getting into a car with her. That's not counting drug arrests too. I've been arrested probably about 5 times because of drugs and prostitution.
So due to the fact, you got the prostitution, how does that impact the way others see you?
Oh, there's lots of judgment. I mean, I get all kinds of rude comments, and I've had stuff thrown at me. All kinds of horrible things happen, putting myself out there like that.
Now, does it make finding a partner more difficult?
Absolutely, yeah. Any relationship I've been in since I started doing that, that's been a big problem, because as long as I'm using, that's my means of income, and that is definitely a problem with the people that I've loved. Absolutely, yeah.
Has men used you in a relationship to make money for drugs?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I've been robbed by men that I've been in relationships with so they could get high. I've been beaten by guys that said that they love me because they are using too. So yeah.
Now, I know there are a lot of bad dates experiences out here. Have you had any good date experience?
Yes, I've met some really good people that I have in my life that do help me without asking me for anything in return. They just are good people.
So what has been your worst dating experience?
I've been raped and robbed and left like in the middle of nowhere with nothing. So yeah, that's probably definitely the worst thing that's happened to me. And it's happened more than once too.
Do you think prostitution should be legalized?
No, not really, no.
Currently, right now, are you interested in a relationship?
No. No. It gets too complicated.
And what do you look for in a relationship?
Stability, respect, loyalty. Yeah.
Okay. Is it hard to meet people out here in Kensington to trust?
Yes. I trust very few people out here.
So let's get off topic a little bit just to get to know you as an individual, okay? What is your favorite clothing store?
I like Joyce Leslie.
Do you have a favorite restaurant?
I guess Red Lobster. Yeah.
So what is your favorite pastime hobby?
I don't really have one.
If you can travel to any place, a country in the world, where will you go?
I will go to Brazil.
Why?
The cost of living is pretty cheap and it's just beautiful there.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is red.
Nice. Are you a high school or college graduate?
No, I actually only have an 8th grade education. I dropped out of high school twice.
Okay. Daytime or nighttime? Which one are you?
Definitely a nighttime person.
Why?
I don't know, I've always liked the nightlife.
Me too. I'm a night owl.
Yeah.
We vampires, guys. What is your favorite season of the year?
I definitely like the summertime. I was born in August, so I've always been a summertime type person.
You like the fact that you don't have to wear coats and
That's right.
be all cold.
Less clothing, the better.
Right? I hear that. Can you please tell us what is your zodiac sign?
I am a Virgo. It's a water sign.
Shout out to all the Virgos. We out there. Show your girl Melissa some love.
August 31st is my birthday, 1989.
So what type of jobs have you had in the past?
I've actually never worked. I've always hustled.
Okay. Natural born hustler.
That's right.
Have you had any best experiences out here in Kensington?
Yeah, I guess I have. Yeah, I've had people, take me out shopping, get me a bunch of stuff, and, buy me nice things, stuff like that, yeah.
Do you stay in touch with your family and your kids?
Yes, I do.
If they was watching this video, what message would you like to send to them?
Just keep doing the good job that you're doing, and don't follow in my footsteps. Drugs are bad, and they don't do anything but cause you to not be the person that you need to be.
Okay, Melissa, if you can go back in time, what would you say to your younger self?
Don't listen to your older siblings and don't follow what you see the other people around you doing. Go your own way. Don't be a follower.
Are you homeless, matter of fact?
No, I do have a place to stay. Thank God.
Good.
I have been homeless though.
So at the end of the night when you go home and you go to bed, what are some things that you dream about?
It's a funny question. I actually don't really dream. I guess it's from me using. I must be like in a really deep sleep, but I'm sure I do dream, I just don't remember them.
Okay, so if you had 3 wishes in this world, what would your 3 wishes be?
I don't know, I want to pass on that one.
Okay, sure. And if you had a message to send to the world, what would your message be?
That drugs are a lot more powerful than people realize, and it can make you do things you never thought that you could imagine you've done.
Got you. Okay, guys, we want to tell Melissa thank you so much for sharing her story with the world. It's a very brave thing to do, and I will continue to do follow-up when I see her out here, because like I told her, once she gets on the channel, she becomes family. So Melissa, you have any final words you want to say to the audience?
Just thanks for watching.
Okay, great, guys. So AML Films, and we out there. Peace.
Just let me